Matt Stafford gets to make his much awaited return to Ford Field to play against his former team, the Detroit Lions, in the most prove to me that NFL is scripted without telling me that NFL scripted is way. I'm just joking. I just love saying that just because it is a perfect scenario, just say for Matt Stafford to go back and play Detroit in the playoffs in the first home game in Detroit since the 90s. It's going to be a phenomenal game. Both of these teams are super exciting to watch. And it's just going to be one of the best playoff games, I think, of the entire weekend. So we're going to break down the game, break down our predictions as well. So be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified whenever we create new content. And Ryan, let's get into this game here. The Rams were a team I remember coming in. They're definitely one of the surprises of the season. Puka Nacua also on top of that. Shout out to him as well for breaking the, I think it was a single season rookie receiving yard record, right? So shout out to him the year that he had. He is honestly he is the reason why I think they made the playoff here. His emergence and his overall performance this year. He has so much elite talent and speed. How he went to the fifth round is kind of shocking, but he's going to be watching him. It's going to be such a fun matchup to see him go up against the likes of Brian Branch and the rest of this Detroit Lions secondary, and just the overall atmosphere as well. I think for this game, it's going to be just so electric. I don't think they're going to be hanging up Matt Stafford's banner in this game. I think he'll have to come back another time, I think, for them to do this. But this is going to be the game that is I will absolutely be staying up for and watch the rest of it. What's your overall thoughts on both of these teams here? I know the Lions, they're probably going to be without Sam Laporta after he hyperextended his knee. Unfortunately, in this Week 18 game, I know they were trying to go for the number 2 seed if Dallas ended up losing. But what's your overall thoughts on these teams here, especially too if Sam Laporta is not going to play? What are some of the objectives?
Yeah, so the Rams have been playing some really good football lately. They've won 5 out of their last 6, and they just have been playing good football. They've been keeping Stafford upright. They've been getting after the passer on the defensive side of the ball, creating opportunities for their offense. And then on the flip side, the Lions, they should have beat the Cowboys. Let's be honest about that.
They did beat the Cowboys. Yeah.
They did. Yeah. And they're just a solid team. They had a slump there in the middle of the season, but I think they kind of got back to their roots. They started running the football again, and or they started running the football better again. And Jared Goff stopped having 3 turnovers a game and got back into rhythm with his receivers. Amon-Ra St. Brown, still one of the best receivers in the league. I mean, the fact talk about Puka Nacua, he was a 4th round pick as well, and just an absolute steal of a wide receiver there. And I just really like what this Lions team has been able to do. This defense, led by Aiden Hutchinson, has come on strong. They are, I think, a little bit more susceptible in the running game. But correct me if I'm wrong on that in the comments down below, because I believe they're a good run defense and they get after the passer well, but they struggle in the secondary.
Which team are you talking about?
The Lions.
The Lions, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and so they're definitely some improvements there, but they just play good, solid football. One of the more balanced teams in the league, and with the emergence of Jameson Williams and this loss of Sam Laporta will play a big role, but I do think that they are still one of the more balanced teams in the NFL, and I do like I do like this matchup. I really hope that they pay tribute to Matt Stafford in Detroit, because really, without him, this Lions team would have gone into despair beyond belief, for 10 to 15 years. And also, I still actually give Matthew Stafford a lot of credit for the success that they're having right now, because if it wasn't for the trade with the Rams for him, they wouldn't have had multiple first-round picks. Jared Goff wouldn't be playing this well for them right now. And yeah, I really think Matthew Stafford did a lot more for the Lions organization than people realize.
Well, and I think it's one of the things too. I mean, and this is just my opinion, but I feel like he did it the right way. In our culture, it's we want results now. Okay, no, we lost the game. Okay, fire the guy, bring in the next guy.
Yeah,
and and also then too in a time of within our sports culture where it's obviously everybody's ring chasing. Everybody comes into the season with hopes to win the championship.
Yeah.
But he had so many opportunities, I feel like, to bail on Detroit or to rag or be like, complain, I want to trade. And I just respected the way that they handled that whole situation. Both sides, the Lions, like, hey, look, we're going to go through a rebuild. Do you want to be a part of that? And he's like, I've been here for 10 years. I don't want to do that again. I want to go get a Super Bowl, which I'm glad he did. And I'm glad the Lions now seem to be one of the better teams in the NFL. And now they're going up against Matt Stafford. So it just worked out for everybody in this whole situation. It's gonna be just absolutely awesome to see. And it will be crazy if it comes down to like if they're down 4 points, but Matt Stafford has the ball with like 2 minutes left. And that place is going to be screaming. Like, no, please. Like, please don't. We still love you, but please don't do this to us. Because it's just going to be a phenomenal game. I think these two teams match up so well against each other. To your point, Lions, they have given up their bottom 10, I would say, in passing yards allowed. And while they're one of the top 5 rushing yards allowed so far on the season. So they do get the quarterback a lot. I think that's kind of one area too where offensive line for the Rams has improved tremendously. That's another reason why that they're able to be in this spot, able to be in the playoffs right now, going up against the Lions. So Aiden Hutchinson is going to have a game. Brian Branch in the secondary is going to absolutely have to have a game. And so on top of that too, Brock Rice going to have to step up in the tight end spot. I'm pretty sure he is still healthy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's the backup there. And he's on an IR. I'll double check that. But Jared Goff, also too. I mean, everyone talks about the pressure on Matt Stafford, but Jared Goff's also going up against his former team. He played in a Super Bowl for this team as well. But it's not the same overall success or expectation. So he also has a lot to prove as well. And I think everybody in the Lions team as well is be like, hey, let's go win this one for Goff because everyone's talking about Matt. Everyone's talking about Matt this entire time. No one's talking about Jared. And so I think that it's going to be a very emotional game. I think on top of that. And so, here, let me double check. No, Brock Wright does look like his name isn't red on our lad, so he might be hurt. So we'll need to double check his status also for that. But just whatever tight end is going to play, because that's going to be huge for their offense. Because Sam Laporta has, he's had one of the best rookie, or probably the best rookie tight end season. I think actually it was official before he got hurt. But he has been such a huge part to this offense and the overall success. He's a great route runner and one of the better tight ends in the league already. But he even then creates space for Amon-Ra St. Brown, James Williams, as you also mentioned as well. So, going to be a very fun game to watch. Probably this will probably be one of the best games this weekend, I would say. A prediction here.
In terms of matchups, these teams are very, very close.
They match up very well, and the Rams' defense has improved, but it's not great. And I would expect here. Let's see, where do they end up ranking in overall rushing yards allowed? So Los Angeles Rams actually have above average rushing defense, while very comparable to the Lions in their passing defense. So I think there's going to be a lot of passing yards. I think it's going to be a higher game.
Yeah, so let's get into our predictions here. Before we do that, Tyler and I, we have a goal of getting to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the postseason. So if you could help us reach that goal, that would be very much appreciated. Tyler, I'm going to throw it over to you. Who do you have coming out ahead in this matchup?
I'm going to go with Jared on this one. I think Detroit's going to win. I think what it's going to come down to is I think that they're going to be able to protect Jared Goff just a little bit more. I think that's going to be the biggest thing. I think losing Sam Laporta is going to be huge. He shouldn't be able to play. I'd be shocked if he did, but we'll have to go and see. Ibuprofen can do amazing things. So I'm going to go with Detroit on this one here. It's just going to be such a fun game to watch.
Yeah. I'm also going to go with the Lions. I think they're just the better team. And also when it comes to being able to be balanced on offense, I think the Rams defense is going to allow the Lions to maybe control the line of scrimmage a little bit more, and then kind of be able to set up more plays, whereas I feel like the Rams are just going to be trying to spread it out from the get-go. And that I think that could work for them, but I think it also could come back to bite them a little bit. and maybe they give the Lions a few opportunities early on or something to maybe get a lead. So I do like the Lions. I think they just edge out the Rams. I'm going to say 33-30. I'm going to make it a field goal game.
I like it.
So yeah, so let's go ahead and wrap this one up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. And again, help Tyler and I reach that goal, getting to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the postseason. Leave a comment down below on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Will it be the Los Angeles Rams? Will it be the Detroit Lions? And that we'll see you guys next time.